injected to him.
The
And he
first,
started
wait,
screaming.
wait, you talking about like the remake or like
The
the original
first one,
movie?
fool, the first one.
I know they didn't do him justice in that movie at all. I
Nah,
hate
they
that.
killed him off immediately.
Yeah, well, not only that, it's just like it was outdated. It was like, who's it?
Well, it's fucking two
Who
thousand.
makes the director? Was it Raimi? Something like that. Like he just, but
I don't know. I don't know directors,
I don't mean either.
unfortunately. I should know directors. For a long
Why?
time, I didn't know who the fuck Martin Scorsese was. I just knew, I just heard about his films.
Get the fuck out of my show,
Yeah,
bro.
bro. On everything. Wish I was lying. Everyone's like Martin Scorsese films, and I'm like, who?
I was like, I think about that. I think about that every single time I see that painting you gave me. I was staring at it today. I came out of the bathroom and I was like, why didn't you give me that?
It
It's like,
looking fits perfectly in your fucking room
it does,
though.
but
Yeah,
what I was wondering the whole time was like, why? Why did you? You're like, I don't want to see that shit no more. That's what you said. And I was like, why?
cause it reminded me of the thug shit.
Fuck shit, right? Okay,
Yeah,
exactly.
like
Which is pretty much
a
what brings
little
us.
mobster.
I know. I mean, that's what got us here in the first place, dog. Like, like I said earlier, there is a lot of false narratives about where we come from,
Hmm. I agree.
and it makes sense. It's not their fault. People watch TV, people watch movies. They pick up whatever the rest of the world puts down. But
Yeah, not much.
and then you and I were from. Well, I'm from East Hollywood. You're from Hollywood,
Yeah,
Hollywood.
dead center.
That's why I was like, yours is like the tail, the tail. I tell people all the time. I don't use your name, but I definitely tell people all the time. Like you guys don't get it. You guys have no idea what you're talking about. Like you guys are throwing out words that people lose their lives over. People get hurt over stuff like that.
Literally.
That bothers me. People who have comments about the things that they have no education on.
It's even like amongst LA, everyone even that's like from South LA, they're just like, "Oh, you in Hollywood? You got it good, bro. Like, oh, you made it." I'm like, "Bro, where?"
It's the same thing. It's just like
Yeah,
it's dangerous. Like and nobody cares. There's too many people,
it's ghetto as
and
fuck.
yeah, and like unless you're from here, you're not really absorbing the culture. You aren't. You're trying to act like you are. I've seen it happen. People coming from all over the place, and then they act like, "Oh my God, I'm so LA, so Hollywood." Is like whatever, dude. But dude, be careful, man. Like out here, like the people who are like from here, we've done and seen things that
I
I
mean,
personally don't have the balls to talk about. Some people do. I don't.
nah,
But I
yeah,
feel like it's like these stories have to be told.
shit. So you want to get into mine?
What if you want to talk?
Well, who the fuck is that here? Uh, if I had the first memory I ever had was 2 years old. Obviously, you know my background. Immigrant parents, first generation. Um, my father was an alcoholic as well. As fuck, drunk, drug addict, whatever you want to call it. Um, my first memory was him whooping the fuck out of my mom, and for a long time I didn't. I remember the memory. Now when I remember it, it's like a repressed wall. Like when I look through the door, it's like all I see is black on the other side. But I still remember what I saw as a kid, so it's weird that I can't see it. But so that's where it begins. After that, my consciousness kind of diverted towards like 3, 4 years old. I remember being at my parents' weddings. That's some Mexican shit. And yeah, just the upbringing back then before the entire wave of computers and everything. Playing outside as a kid, coming inside early, strict parents, drunk dad. Working a lot,
You'd be
stuff like
surprised how
that.
many stories start like that.
Oh, so many, bro.
I
And
know. They do me like, why is it that if you ask a lot of people, I think we're first generation, right? We're the children of Latino immigrants,
yeah,
Americans, first generation. And why is it that if you ask them, hey, did you watch your dad beat your mom? Why is it that I rarely ever hear no?
I think it was pretty.
Why
I
is
think
it
it
that
was.
like we're like so used to watching that?
I think it was pretty common back then. Like the more I hear, I'm finally sober after fucking ages again. Hopefully it sticks this time. But just going to AA, even hearing stories from all different walks of life from everywhere, they kind of start like that. which is really crazy to me. Like, so I think it was just like a back then thing because it was more acceptable or like culturally acceptable
I,
to whoop the shit out of your wife when you're drunk.
I, I've been I've been we're talking about parents about it a lot lately, like because obviously your parents kept a lot from you, more than we knew actually.
Yeah,
And then so, yeah, that's my like my mom and dad like hey like was that really normal to you? My mom to this day she's like yeah like you guys understand what my mom would do to me, man. She'd whip us,
yeah,
whip. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, like if we weren't like getting things done on time, she'd whip us in the morning to the point where like we had like lashes on our back.
hmm,
I sacrificed bread for my brothers and sisters, stuff like that. And it's like, so you guys better appreciate it. And I was like, Mom, you don't think there's something wrong with that mindset? And my dad now he's realizing like, look, man, he's like, I'm sorry. He's like, I never meant to drink in front of you and your brother. I never meant to get drunk and beat your mom in front of you guys. I never meant for that to be like the reason why you guys thought that was okay. He's like, but he's like, you have to understand, like I didn't have any parents. I grew up in the mountains in Guatemala. Like this is what I thought was right, man.
hmm,
Like like my whole life, I just got a finger in my face and I got beat, and ridiculed. And if I got sick, you know what they did? They just shoved a bottle of tequila down my throat and said, "Get over it." And for so long, that was normal to me, Kevin. My dad said it to me recently, and he wanted to cry.
so that's how he grew up.
He looked
Yeah,
like he wanted to cry.
yeah,
And I was
that
like,
makes sense.
dude, like all that stuff from your childhood stays with you, and
Yeah,
it's just now coming out. I'm 30 years old, and I'm just now figuring out who am I as a man.
yeah,
Why?
that's the journey, brother. We're all just in this. It's all our first turn here. Even your parents, we forget that they're just first timers as well. You know, it's easy to lose sight and just be like, because they were our role models and our father figures and what we tried to look up to, not knowing that they were just trying to figure it out as well.
I know they were learning too, and I
Yeah,
told that to my
yeah,
dad because my dad he still fights with his mom to this day, and she's an awful, awful person. And I'm not gonna name drop her because you know what? That's for my father to do,
yeah,
and he's gonna get his day. Because the one thing they didn't expect is for them to have kids, educated kids,
yeah,
like with resources and stuff. And guess what? I am an educated child of his
yeah.
who's got something to say. For years and years, she's been treated like crap. She still does.
Mhm.
He relapsed the other day, and I take him to the hospital. Where was she?
And it kind of shows why where he's where he's at. Like
Why he cries to his youngest son now at the age of almost 60. He cries like a little boy to me.
he got to heal that little boy in his heart. So people carry that with them, and then I feel like maturing isn't acting like a grown up. It's healing that kid. You know, until you heal that kid, you're gonna be a child forever. And we all carry that kid with us. I feel, and until you find out how to nurture that kid, he's gonna stay a kid. So you gotta find a way to heal your own heart and feed your own soul.
Before you find your own way, huh?
Yeah, before you find out your own way how to do things, because if not, you know how that is. It's a very slippery slope.
No, I don't know. What'd you tell me, dog? Why don't you
Oh
tell
yeah,
me?
let's get back to it, huh? So I was still a kid, I guess. As a little kid, that little fat boy I was growing up. My grandma. I used to spend a lot of time with my grandma. She was like a second mother to me, and she would take me everywhere. After church, she would take me to McDonald's and buy me like two fucking combos. So that's how I got.
Yeah,
That's how I started off as a little fat boy. Like by the age of 8, I was a little fat little bolita, and then yeah, bro, I was just a little kid, bro, just trying to live life and raised by my mother and my sisters and my cousins. So mostly by women, I guess. And I feel like that's why I'm kind of like not emotionally intact, if you know what I mean. Like just a lot of emotions all over the place. As much as you want to say, I'm a strong believer that a father has to be present, at least verbally, in order for a man to grow up. You know,
absolutely.
it's hard for a man to grow up if you don't have, even if you have your father, if you don't have that direction, and they might try to apply it when it's too late. And I feel like that's what happened with me. So I was in middle school. I remember Because obviously, growing up in elementary, I'm pretty sure you played all the stupid shit. Played Jackass and all this other shit
Of
because that's
course,
what was popping in MTV back
missions,
in the day.
ding dong
Yeah,
dishes.
yeah, all this dumbass shit. It was beautiful. But after all that, I want to say around middle school, that's when you start to get like a feel for where you're at and start to realize that there's more on the field than what you thought there was. It's not just games. It's games, but it's different levels and devils, if you will. And that's sixth grade is like when people would try to bully me and stuff like that, because I was a fat kid for most of my life. And the first time some eighth graders tried to bully me, that's when I remember feeling like they were trying to take my backpack. This was eighth graders. Remember back then they would call eighth graders kings and sixth graders you were a scrub and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So they saw a little scrub and they're trying to like take my backpack just fucking with me. And I remember they were like spinning me around. I was just hanging onto my back. They're like, no, you guys aren't taking nothing. But luckily they didn't take it. So that's why I was grateful for that. But that's when I remember it's like that shifted my mindset. I was like, I can't be this little weak link out here. Like that's gonna be getting fucking picked on. Like I don't care how smart I am. I didn't care about anything else after that. I just didn't want to feel like that no more.
that was like the LA like Hollywood culture. Like around because it's a lot smaller. Like it's
Yeah,
not Hollywood, East Hollywood. They're not that far from each other. But
yeah.
I realized that quickly too. Growing up, I was like, yo, this whole like nerdy soft side of you is not gonna cut it because everyone's walking around with a chip on their shoulder, right?
Mhm.
And
Mostly.
I feel like now when we're young and that vulnerable, we're so prone to like influence, right?
Mhm.
That's when I feel like that's when we start just going with the crowd.
Yeah,
Whatever, yeah,
experimenting,
exactly, right? Whatever's cool, whatever's popular, whatever makes you happy.
trying to get in where you fit in.
Hmm.
And yeah. So for me, I just remember I had a friend at the time. I don't know if you knew him. His name call
Oh,
him.
okay.
We'll call him
Oh,
D.
I know exactly what you're talking about
We'll
now.
call him D.
Oh,
But you know, my boy D. Uh, he was one of my close friends in middle school. I got close with, and we weren't even in the same classes. I had honors classes, back then, but I always kind of gravitated towards the loud crowd because it was funny. And then I remember we were having a conversation once, and we're like, bro, like at the time you're noticing, taggings in your schools, and you're like, oh, what the fuck are all these letters, da, da, da. And in your neighborhood and all that. So we start talking one day, and we're just like, bro, we should get in a crew. Like we'll be chilling, like
for
it's
those that don't know, what's a crew?
a crew. Not to put it out there, it's a camaraderie amongst people, and you do what you got to do together. There's different types of crews. Y'all can look it up in the dictionary, but
That's okay. It's
yeah,
like I'm a part of one.
yeah, but it can be multiple things. It depends the direction you want it to be. Tagging crews, party crews, just like a mini brotherhood, if you will.
It's something you do. Definitely like LA thing.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely a LA thing, but they're all over the place too. It's it's a lot of different ways to get involved in that. But I just remember D was telling me like, "Yo, we should get in that stuff," and I was like, "Yeah, bro, like that sounds like a good ass idea. Like, let's do that shit." And so we started looking, like just finding the crews that were around us, and we're like, "So which ones you think are good?" Like, not really knowing what we're getting ourselves into yet.
Yeah.
And there was this one crew growing up that was from that school, and so we decided to join them, and we found out who the guys were. Obviously, you know them because they're from the area, and you start trying to get acquainted with them. That's how I met K.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's the boy. So that fool, I remember I met him first there, but I didn't know him yet. I was meeting these other dudes. Some of them are actually rest in peace now. But this
but K. We're talking about the same K, right?
KN,
Oh,
yeah,
I was talking about KO, KON.
I don't know what that is. KNO. One more time. I'm not sure. Fucking
Hmm.
we'll call him C. Nah.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
You know who?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my boy. Uh, I don't know how to not put him out there, but yeah.
Rest in peace, as what I'm trying to say is.
Oh, the other guy? No,
No, no,
that
I'm
was
just like, yeah.
the other dude. Yeah, the other dude. It's that's my boy. I'll put him out there. It's my boy Marino. God bless his soul. But I met him, and we went to. He was like a grade above me, so I looked up to him. He was some shorter dude than me, but whatever. So we tell him like, how does this work? And then we go to the restroom.
And to know that,
How that goes.
we gotta let
So
them know.
we go to the restroom and I got put on. We put him on first. I remember. No, they actually put me on first. I remember. So I didn't go to the restroom. They took me behind the bungalows. And since I was a little bigger, I guess they decided they needed more people. And they used like 6, 7 motherfuckers. It started with two. They proceeded to put me on. If you don't know what a put on is, listen to some rap music. Um, and it was like 6, 7 people, beating me.
Can I say what to put on it?
Yeah,
It's a very violent initiation into a crew gang organization. Usually anywhere from 10 to 20 seconds, usually 13 seconds
yeah,
amongst
from LA
peers.
13.
Amongst peers, and you have to fight back the entire time, no matter how many times.
Oh yeah, I was a kid, so I didn't fight back. And as soon as I was trying to, and then as soon as I seen the other people jump in, I just balled up. Like shit,
It
it was like 7 people. But I remember my back was sore for like 2 days.
was
But
7 people.
yeah,
Jeez.
yeah, so I took a whooping. But
How long? 30 seconds.
no, we did 10 back then because we weren't
Uh
we
huh.
weren't a gang. So
Mm.
that's how it was back then. It was if you were a crew, it was like 10 seconds or whatever. And yeah, that was that. I was from the crew, and then next was Drake. Somehow Drake had D. Somehow D he had the idea, and he was like and I got in first. I don't know how, but then it was his turn. So we went to the restroom with him, and my boy Marino, rest in peace. He was like, hey, like get this fool, like just run a fade with him. So we were like doing a 1-on-1. That was gonna be his jump in. So we did that, and as I'm fighting with him, I remember I hadn't been in a fight before in my life, you know. So I remember bro hit me like with a 3 piece off the bat, and like hit me on the nose, and I couldn't see shit. And so I'm just like I just blindly swung, and luckily just connected with him. And he was like falling, and as he's falling, my boy he fucking gets him and like knees him in the stomach, and like he finishes it off. And I was just like, damn, like so that was like my intro to like the violence and like
So the dude after the fight, you dude just fished him with a knee to the face.
not a knee in the face, thank God, in the stomach, but still,
Oh, knee
like
to the stomach.
yeah,
Oh,
because he was like already like toppling over. But yeah, bro, and that's like me as a 12-year-old, like 12 going on 13. Not 12, I was 12, bro. I was 12. Damn. But yeah, that was the intro to that crazy world, I guess. After that, you find out you have beef and all this other stuff, but I won't get too into that. You know how that stuff goes. I can't. I don't like talking about that
of
shit.
course.
But yeah, bro, it was wild. It was wild. I got my ass beat a couple times. Took my L's. Started training. Had my pops tell me. I came home all beat up one day. My dad was like, "You ever come home like that again? I'm gonna fuck you up." I was
Did
like,
you really say that?
"Yeah." I was like, "All right." I was like, "Bet." So I got to training, got my size up, grew a little taller that summer. Went back to school, like back at it. I felt
The
like,
stuff I didn't do, bro.
huh?
Like because like this is like one time we started kind of like because we met in ninth
Almost.
grade,
That
right?
was that 8th grade. Yeah, 8th grade. We still haven't crossed paths yet, and I'm like ranked up, I guess, now in the crew, and they're like, oh, you could like call shots or whatever. And bro, I was a kid, bro. I was like at home most of the time, like
Yeah,
these other guys would be out and about, but I'll be at home. But I just always had like a smart head on my shoulder, so I feel like they saw that, and like I wasn't a bitch either, so I feel like they fucked with that for some reason. But I remember like after a while, I was just like, man, fuck this crew, and I just dropped it. I was because I didn't feel like the support from them, and which is kind of evident of like most crews. Like most crews, they're not going to be there for you. Most gangs are they're there for you with conditions. So I've always felt like gangbanging and stuff like that is stupid. But at the time, I didn't. I thought it was cool. That led to me joining like neighborhoods from where I actually was. Now it's not some school shit. Now it's like some street shit, and that escalated everything much to a much more violent nature and much more paranoid state of mind that I had for sure. And me being the smart motherfucker that I was on paper, so it was kind of hard to I was leading double lives for sure. I'll come home and tell my parents I'm doing good. They knew I was kind of like on them. They'll see me wearing my long socks and stuff like that. So um, they had an idea of what I was up to, but they didn't know for sure because I was playing the part when I got home. You know, I was being the good boy that I was growing up, and or at least trying to. And the streets would call me,
what you
literally,
mean, Coin?
literally call me like my boys. Yeah, that I decided to affiliate with myself with would call me on the phone, and if I ever had a chance to sneak out or do some stuff, and like then I would do it, and then just get myself into more shit, and that's coming to Hollywood High, yeah. And you know a lot
Jesus.
about yeah,
So,
you know a lot about that.
I know. It's like, yeah. So like, pretty much that's like a good. That's a good start to that point because it's true. Like me, let's just line up our timelines here because up to that point, I started to pay attention more. I saw my first shooting. I saw my
Mm,
house and I was like, what's going on? I was just playing Smash Bros with my neighbor, and I just see this black man outside just shooting. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what a gun was at the time.
mm,
And then we're just looking out the window, not knowing that's like the way not supposed to be doing. And then my mom rushes down, like, get away from the window and stuff. And we're just so confused. And they didn't really explain to us what was going on. All I knew was that my friend Mike had to be taken to his house. Like his parents rushed over and
mm.
they ran with him somewhere.
Oh shit.
I know. And then I started seeing like gentlemen wear like really, really, really large white t-shirts, almost look
Yeah, that was the
blue.
style back in the
Pro clubs,
bro.
man. The
Pro
pro
pro clothes
clubs,
were
man.
blue back in the
I
day,
know,
bro.
right? Like so
They were
crispy.
fucking
Like
so
when
shiny,
they were
bro.
still $5 to swap me. Like
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
they'll never be that white again.
I know. And the things I started like when I was a kid, man, just a little kid, and they just either would like shoulder check me or like spit in front of me, like,
Oh no,
and I
you was getting your snacks tax back in the
and I
day,
was
bro.
like, I don't
Shit
get
was
it.
not
Like,
nice.
these guys are like at least 18, 16 years old,
Oh yeah,
and it turns out like, oh, they're like little sisters and brothers that we're playing soccer with. They don't like us, and it turns out that these guys are gangsters. They're
yeah,
gangbangers. Like,
yeah.
and like they're pretty much letting us know like cut that out or else. But like me and my brother and my friends, we didn't know what's up. So like now, boom, me and you go to ninth grade. These two honors. That's not even honors, man. Like it's
We were in honors classes, bro.
now beyond that, it was
You know,
like a school of
it's
advanced studies.
yeah.
Like it's like academy.
We
Like
were the promising ones. We were the promising ones of the
yikes.
bunch. You know.
And no, which tell we didn't flinch.
You just
But
look.
I know honestly, yeah. But yeah, like anyways, where we at? Let's get there. Hollywood, ninth grade. Where I walk in, I'm like, man, I'm gonna be with these dweebs in this academy of these like weirdo supercomputers, and I see you with spiky hair, same large white shirt I just
Leaning
described,
into my chair.
leaning into a chair like this, too cool for school, Moko the gorilla, hell,
Hella.
and not a backpack, a binder, a white binder. I don't know why. Why'd you even show up with the binder? But I was like, this is like
Carry the
apparently it was
papers.
like a gangster thing.
Carry
Apparently,
the papers, bro.
it was definitely a gangster thing back then.
It was, either you had a Jansport, which is like the smallest backpack they had to offer. So you don't want to look like you carry too much.
The smallest backpack you had to offer. They were small,
They were tiny as fuck.
you know.
You ain't carry no geometry book in that
No,
shit.
hell
It's
no.
gonna take up the whole backpack.
$25 to saw me. They tore it after like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's either that or carry a binder. I just figured the binder was quicker, you know.
Around this time, I didn't know you were up to this kind of stuff, man. Because I only saw you in class.
Yeah.
Like
And I
I
was
was,
for the most part quiet.
yeah. I started hanging out with the cool kids, and you were
Yeah.
hanging out with the. Apparently,
It was cool. I thought we were the cool kids, you know.
yeah. I do. I had no idea you were up to that kind of stuff, man.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I was always like reserved. If I would actually pay attention in class because to me, I was like, well, I'm already in here, so why not the fuck? Why not just take everything that's being sold to me at the time? I didn't know it's being sold to me. I thought it was actual important stuff. Come to find, I wasn't paying attention in the right class. I should have been paying attention in math. Math was the important stuff. But yeah, I was just learning everything I could and getting good grades because I was like, well, even if I get in a fight or something, then it would be hard for them to kick me out because I was a benefit for their school.
Right, because we had to like break our jurisdiction, right? Because I know I had
Yeah,
to get a letter of recommendation to get into the academy because I was supposed to go to another school, a really
yeah. And that was
ghetto
my home
school.
school, so I was kind of
It
lucky, I
wasn't
guess.
mine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So it was hard for them to kick me out. I remember I got caught fighting like twice. I think
twice.
twice, yeah. And then they couldn't suspend me. They suspended me, but they couldn't kick me out. Like they were trying to fight for it. Like I remember Maldonado, who was our teacher, bro. Fucking
Let's go. Let's
yeah.
name drop. Yeah,
Nah, fuck that
Maldonado.
fool.
That
If
was
you're
our
watching,
algebra.
fool, you're a hoe.
That was our algebra teacher. And you know what? I have a feeling he's gonna be watching this right now, dude.
Fool, that fool was an asshole.
He was an
Oh,
asshole.
hypocrite ass fool.
Maldonado is crazy. He still works there.
Good. That fool was something else. Like he ex gangbanger, by the
Ex
way.
gangbanger. I know. Oh man. just like trying to like tell everybody like, hey, don't. This isn't the way. And I was like, man,
My bro, shut the fuck
get
up.
out of here,
Move your
dude.
ring, full sugar tattoo.
I know,
But
huh?
nah, he was a hypocrite. He used to let his people slide. He's I remember, yeah. So he caught me fighting once, and he pressed so hard to like um try to get me like in trouble, and I just kept saying like, nah, I wasn't the one fighting. Like he saw it wrong, you know. And then bro
Yeah.
even called me, bro, called me to my mama's phone,
Are you
and
serious?
yeah, and then he had a conversation with me. He's like, bro, just admit it, and I was like, nah, bro. I'm like, you're tripping. Like you thought you, I guess. He's like, I saw you throw a punch. I'm like, you must have thought you saw me throw a punch. Whole time I threw like a
He
four
called
piece.
your mom's cell phone,
Well, I threw like a four piece. It wasn't one punch, but we could say that I was just pushing the
and
guy.
then we wonder why we get
Um,
in these situations, huh?
yeah, but it was funny. Um, but I remember the only reason I stuck to my story too is because you remember Mario, rest in peace, bro.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah, bro, he's gone. He's been
Security?
gone for a while. Yeah,
What?
yeah, bro, fool was sick, bro. He's like the best fucking security guard ever. Fool's a G. I remember he's the one that picked me up from my class because obviously I got down and I went home. I'm not home. Went to class like thinking everything was gonna be cool, and they they came and picked me up, and he's like, bro, he's like, just come up with your story and stick to it. I was like, fuck yeah. I was like, he's like, you weren't fighting. I was like, no, I wasn't. Fuck yeah, and that for fuck with me because he knew my boys. Like he knew my boys
And that's
from
the
before.
LEOZ school system for us,
Hey
the
man, but
education
he was
system.
cool, man. Fuck that shit. Yeah, it wasn't that much going on honestly in Hollywood High except for obviously ninth grade when you met me, I had like enemies.
I know what are you talking about.
Yeah,
Once I was walking down the street and then I see you on a bicycle and you looked all nervous and you're like, I gotta go do something. I was like, why? He's like, because I gotta talk to a man about a horse. And I was like, oh, you said it so casually too.
yeah,
I was like, what?
yeah,
Like
bro.
as if it
Easy.
wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, it wasn't at the time. It was just normal. Um, yeah, bro. So
What do you think about that now? Like now
I wouldn't want my kid or my brother living like that.
that
So
you
I'm
know what
glad
I'm
my
saying, that
brother
like
didn't.
that day that you spoke to that man about the horse, like
Yeah.
do you think that that's
I mean, honestly, I just feel like I just did what I had to, so I don't think too much about my every action. I always felt like I had a reason to do everything I did, you know, and it made me who I am today. That's why I can't even be mad about everything that's going on in my life. It's just what had to happen. But yeah, let's forget about high school for a bit. Um, that ended. Obviously, I tried to change. You saw like around 16, 17, I tried to turn my life around, started dressing different. That didn't last.
you went to university, bro?
Yeah, I did. I did go to university for a year and a half. Couldn't shake algebra, bro.
Dude, I think we just like algebra, bro.
Nah, bro, I got good at it
Oh, you
after.
did?
Yeah, too
Oh,
late though. I just wasn't paying it. I just wasn't applying myself. Literally, like if you do your homework in algebra, you'll actually learn it.
I know.
I
It's
didn't
just
know.
repetition,
I
bro.
didn't realize
It's
that.
just it was
Yeah,
there's no not creative. There's no creative
they were
outlet
just
there.
teaching us extra. They're just like trying to teach
Yeah,
us like by running into it. I'm like, bro, like show me the steps.
I know.
How you expect me to know this stuff?
I don't know. I things without like a creative outlook. I can't take it serious. I don't know why. I understand like why it's important, but it's just not my thing. Like math,
Well, yeah, I mean, I think once you start getting into like the imaginary numbers, it's just like, okay, what the fuck are we talking
I
about?
know. It's like, dude, just let me write a story. Let me edit something. You know what
Oh
I mean?
yeah, writing was always my thing, bro. English class, bro, love that. Shout out my boy Carmichael.
And
Um, I'll shout out my teachers, bro. Teachers, they earn their credit. Either
and
you earn
and and
your good spot or you earn your bad
to
spot.
think that I was supposed to be somebody's English professor. Yeah, look at me.
I
Imagine.
actually wanted to be an English teacher too at some
Really?
point. Yeah, I think we talked about that a long time ago.
So we talked about a lot. But the thing is, you
Yeah,
must understand, most of the time we talked, we were drunk.
I luckily wasn't at the time.
We're stoned.
I wasn't stoned yet.
Wait.
All through high school, I was a sober gopher.
Oh, so where do you want to go? Do you want to go like after high school?
Yeah, we go after high school. Yeah, yeah, okay, for sure. So let's see, university, kind of a blur, cause now by then I'm already smoking like heavy, and yeah, I was trying to be a cinematographer, ironically, huh? And I always loved movies, grew up watching movies, bro. Cause when I was stuck in the house, that was my escape. If it wasn't a book, it was a movie, and reading hurt my eyes, so movies was the better way to go about it. And I just fell in love with movies, bro. Like just relating to them, I feel like I could feel the emotions of the characters and the storyline I can follow. That's why I like anime now, which I kind of slept on for years. I didn't watch anime forever, but Yeah, I fell in love with movies, bro, and I felt like making a movie was always a part of my calling. We'll get to that later, maybe, you know. But yeah, as I was learning, I was doing my stuff and smoking a lot, bro. Just figuring out that life is hard as hell because I moved out at 18 and barely scraping by with the job I had, with the financial aid, and yeah, that algebra class just tore me tore me to shreds, bro. It I couldn't pass it for some reason. I took it as a sign not to keep going because when I finally started understanding it, it was a little late. I hadn't done my homework the first part of the semester, and when I finally told the guy, I was like, hey, like, because I had a D on the class, and I was like, like, try to pass me. Like, I started learning. Actually, I'm actually starting to get it now. Like, keep in mind, it's my third time taking my class, the class. So the guy's sick of me. He's just like, whatever, dude. And he's like, if you,
Mind you, we failed the same class
yeah, I know,
twice
yeah, I know,
together.
yeah,
It was a team effort.
but I passed with Bob.
Huh?
I passed with Bob, bro.
Really?
The one semester I took of algebra with him, I passed it because he would actually go in steps because he was talking to those guys like they were dumbasses, which I understood. I understood the dumbass talk.
Mm.
So but yeah, so in college I still couldn't grasp it for some reason, and then I finally did. And when I finally did, it was a little late, and I remember my teacher telling me like if you the professor he was like if you pass the final with a C, then I'll pass you in the class, And so I remember because if I didn't pass, I was gonna get taken off academic probation, and I was gonna get taken off FAFSA. So I tried my hardest, obviously, and I got a freaking 67, bro. So 3 points shy of a C. I'm like trying to like bargain with the guy, like, bro, come on, like, just give me that 3%. I'll do whatever. I'll do an assignment, like, just give me something. And he's like, nah. He was like, you should have tried harder. And I'm like, after that, I just gave up instead of trying harder. I was like, man, fuck this. I'm not gonna fucking pay for school.
Hmm.
That's one thing I'm not dumb enough to do is pay for an education. Because that should be free, in my opinion.
I agree with you. Some
Yeah,
level,
yeah,
like
yeah. Like
education should be that serious financially, I suppose.
if you're gonna be paying for it, it shouldn't be costing what it does cost in this country. It's freaking ridiculous. But so that took me
So
towards
school's out the window at this point.
school's out the window,
Yeah,
bro. And
this is where the lights camera action. Huh?
yeah, basically, yeah, that's when I started. I have my friends. We would call him B, and he liked to do rap, and I've always secretly, since like 13 years old, been write probably been writing since younger than that, but rap music since like 13. I was like, this is something that called me. I love the lyricism, the painting the picture, like Immortal Techniques, the Revolutionaries, like
Hmm.
that always called me. So I could be like one of these guys. And I started rapping, and for years couldn't find a producer, like because I didn't know people. I was always in my own little bubble, and we were just trying to find it, but not taking it completely serious. We were like trying to find it, but like getting high and getting fucked up, and then trying to do something at the same time. So it elongated the process, and so the first song I ever wrote with bro, we never even recorded it, you know. So this goes to show like the work ethic at the time.
Yeah.
But as years go, you meet people, and your life takes you places. I got into cooking, and I'm meeting these people, and I find a producer, and we start working with them. And that was the first time I ever recorded a track, and when we did it on SoundCloud, and I remember feeling good about it. And people, give me feedback and stuff like that, but I didn't care about that. I was just so proud of like my baby. This is my first song
Yeah.
that's out there, and knowing that it's not my best work too. But for me, I was just like amazed that I could even do that.
But why
And
rap? Like why gangster? Like I like rap too, but I just don't like the feeling it gives me. It just makes me feel like a gangster.
so see, that's why I love that feeling back then. Like I love that feeling of bravado that it gave you. It gave you that confidence to like do anything
We like
almost.
demand respect almost.
You have to, because we grew up on those gangster films, bro. So I've always loved that lifestyle. It always called me. That's why I like movies, but I was living my life like a movie, and that was where I was messing up. I wasn't paying attention to the way that those movies always turn out. They always end bad.
Could you please explain what you mean?
Yeah. So in a gangster movie, the guy is coming up. He identifies, becomes a gangster. He moves around like a gangster, and it always ends bad.
It always
Th-
ends bad.
There's never any movie that's a gangster movie that it ends good, bro. I haven't seen one yet. And for some reason in my life, I thought I could live that gangster life, but be the one scarcity where everything's gonna turn out great, you know. And I don't know what fucking delusion I thought in my head that was gonna lead to that. So that's how I was living, and just being too stubborn to even ever change my ways. Even when I tried to change, it was just it never lasted. And the drugs and the alcohol didn't help, So
I know.
obviously, at that point we're drinking heavy. We had nights at my house, getting fucked up with everybody, and just a whole lot of
When I
nothingness.
first got back home here to
Yeah.
LA from Vegas, you were one of the few people I met up with, and I was like, I was so torn from my divorce.
Hmm. I
I didn't
remember.
realize just how depressed I was, but it kind of hit me that like my life fell apart. I
Yeah.
lost my family, my kids, my wife,
Hmm.
my career, my jewelry, everything.
Yeah.
I went from making like 6, 10 grand a month to making nothing, sleeping on my mom's couch with roaches and stuff. So then when I got back here to Hollywood, East Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
I was like, that's it. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I want it all, and I was willing to do whatever. And that's why I ran it by you, and then me and you were on the same page. We were fed up with mediocrity, and we didn't care what we stepped over to get it,
Yeah.
but we didn't realize what the monster we were creating. Like,
Oh yeah.
nah, like the thing is, like we were drinking so much and doing so much shit. Like now, I'm like, dude, I'm just happy nobody really got hurt that we knew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
A couple of them did, but
I know, but the thing
ain't
is, like
much you could do
so
about
many
that.
situations, I still think about this day. Sorry to cut you off, bro. Like I'm like, dude, I was there in that room. I was like, and I can hopefully like confidently say like I'm happy in those 3 times in total. No one got shot.
Oh,
And you know what I'm saying? Like those
that.
3 situations, I'm just glad nobody got shot because there was guns and those guns were not in the hands of the right people.
Oh yeah.
And I did not like that at all. And I was trying so hard to be cool and no amount of alcohol could turn it off, but I was trying to be cool because you had your rap thing going on amongst other things. And I was trying to be what? Your manager, right? So then it's
Yeah.
like I had to be cool. But I had no idea what I signed up for, bro.
And see, that's where me and you differ, because to me, that's like just regular. That's just another day in the
I was
office.
scared, bro.
Damn, yeah. See, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like holding a gun is it's intimidating. Like is a certain responsibility that comes with it, and yeah, you kind of you turn off that little safety feature that you got built in, where you're like, that's dangerous. You're just like more instead of dangerous, you're just like, well, if I have one, then I'm a little safer. And
I had to be fucked up to hang out with you, dog.
well, yeah,
I did, bro.
you
Like,
needed a gun too. Nah.
dude, bro. So much happened so fast to this day. I'm still remembering little things. You're like, oh, do you remember being this guy? And this guy's like, no. I'm doing this. Like, no, dude. So many gangs met. So many
Bro,
people.
I don't remember shit either.
So many people I wish I never met. So many things I wish I never
Yeah.
done. And to this day, dude. Like I said, thank God that we're sitting here having a conversation next to this bizarre action figure. You know what I'm saying? I'd much rather that
Oh
be.
damn, I didn't see his fucking head change.
Yeah, it's a Decapitron doll. You like it?
Sick. Yeah.
I know.
I'm like,
I,
where's his hair?
I don't know. It's like a 1980s horror film franchise, and it's literally a DiCaprio doll, and that's
Nice.
my name. So
Decap.
yeah, but
But
yeah, like to this day, like and then I kind of want to pick up right there, when like the day when I was like when you were like, well then manage me, and I was like
yeah,
sure.
well, yeah, you telling me you wanted to do it, so I'm like, and you had been talking about it, so I was like, stop talking, let's get to it. And you know me, I'm always, especially even when I was a little fucking whatever you want to call me, um, I've always been the kind of guy to give a guy a chance. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like in layman's terms, I'm willing to give anybody a chance to show me, can you do this, or are you gonna fuck me over? Not in your case, you didn't fuck me over, but in many cases I've allowed people to fuck me over, but I've never really seen it as a loss, more like as in they're the ones losing, because I'm giving you an opportunity to win, you
yeah.
know. and if you don't take that, that's on you, and I can't do shit about that. And so that's how I've always been. I've always been like willing, like all right, let's see, like because I am hungry, bro. Like I've always been hungry. You know me as a person that I've wanted more out of life since forever, bro. I've always wanted to be rich. I've always wanted to have like a family, a fucking wealth, and all that stuff. Never had it, but
We still don't.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
So we still don't.
But I feel richer than I ever have these days, you know. And and I feel like that I wasn't getting it because of how I was living. There was no way I was gonna get rich and
Oh, there was a
maintain.
way.
No, no, and maintain it.
Oh yeah, I maintain it. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
and
know,
so obviously the mentality had to change. You can't expect to do the same shit and get a different result, you know. Like so, I started changing a little too late because you know what I'm involved in, the shit's going on. But
which are involved.
yeah, yeah, I'm involved in yeah as we speak, and
And I appreciate you saying that because I respect that. Like I understand what you mean by that. Like,
yeah.
and you don't have to go further if you don't want to.
Nah, I mean, I'm in a federal case. I
Exactly,
can't talk about it. It's
exactly.
just
And let's leave it at that.
yeah. So that all happened because of how I was living and wanting more, and I always felt untouchable, and that's what I get, you know. So I've come to terms with it, and I've came to realize that yes, everyone's right. I don't deserve it because I thought I deserved it for a long time, which is why I gave up when that first got picked up. And now I'm just like, all right, maybe that's not the life that's meant for me, but this is just a chance to change, and that's where my head's been at ever since. And in the beginning, it wasn't because I still continued with the alcohol and everything. You know, I came out sober, was sober for a bit, but fell back into my ways, and that's just I've always been a destructive person when drunk. You know me, bro. You know, was I ever really that I ever seemed like I was in my right mind when I was under
Nah,
the
dog.
influence?
I've
You
seen
know,
you do stuff, bro, that I try not to repeat to this day.
yeah,
And it's just because I respect you as my brother, as my
yeah,
friend,
yeah. It was just
as the guy who's tattooed my face.
yeah, straight up, yeah,
In case anyone was wondering,
yeah. I have the videos
yeah, this is the gentleman that tattooed my
of
face.
the exact place where we did. I
Yeah,
still have that
exactly.
video. I saw you and I was tripping. I wanted to show you. I wanted to show it on camera, but I don't have it ready, so we won't do that.
Yeah,
But
but your story, like specifically, like I wish we could go in more detail, but you're correct. There is an ongoing case, and we have to
yeah,
respect that. Uh, but let's just go ahead and say that like it's everything you think it is about Hollywood cranked up to like 1,000. That's what happened.
pretty much.
Yeah, like every possible thing that could have gone excitingly wrong in Hollywood went wrong,
Yeah,
and it was just like
like real talk. Anybody watching this, just wait for the movie.
no, for no kidding, like
Because when all this is over,
because I want to write that one.
it's gonna have to be something, man.
No, looking back, dude, like I'm
There's
just
there's no way, bro. Like
like
that was just it was insane for
remember, and I remember the exact day I was like when I got drunk, I was so fucked up. So they actually got with my fiance. Like I let you down as your manager.
real.
I'm sorry. No,
It's all
I know
good.
you do that all the time, but I put myself in your shoes and I can imagine what it's like telling a bunch of people like, "Hey, this is my manager," and for me to be carried out, the humiliation. And that's what I'm sorry for.
Yeah, you weren't
But it,
even there for when I performed.
but I know it was embarrassing. But if that hadn't happened, I don't think we'd be here right now. Because around the
Yeah,
same time, like, dude, that's when I was getting cirrhosis, and that's when you were getting in trouble.
yeah,
And so me and you, we were gonna crash and
yeah.
burn.
It was gonna crash no matter what.
Yeah, like I don't even think I think
Doomed,
we'd be dead right now.
doomed from the start.
We would have been dead by now.
Yeah,
And I'm just happy we're
that would
not.
have been a mercy. That
Yeah, dude, that would have been awful.
little mercy killing.
Honestly, like, and the fact that we're
But
still here talking about it, I'm sick now. I just thinking about it, dude. Like, and man, I really
I don't
wish
know
I
how
could.
I take all this shit in stride.
You blow my mind, bro.
I
Like,
really like. I should be going insane right now, but
you should be.
today was one of my low days. I don't know why. It was a while since I felt like that. It was really. I feel like it all just set in because it's New Year. Happy New Year's, everybody.
Happy New Year's.
Yeah, and a lot of people out there aren't having Happy New Year. So if you're struggling with anything, like I know my boy DK, we got a good heart, and feel free to reach out. He's a genuine dude that I'm lucky to call my brother for a while.
Well, dude. Like, no matter what, man. Like, this story isn't over, and like I
Oh
said,
no,
I
no,
got you. Though. If you
nah. As
go,
long as I keep
if you
breathing,
go
it's
away, if
over.
you go away,
They
man,
messed up.
I got you.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got you. I got you when you come out. I got you while you're in there.
yeah. I mean,
You're like my last friend.
I'm like, that's the last thing I'm worried about too. Like for some reason, that's not my worries ever. Like money is not my worries. You know me, bro. I've been a hustler since forever, and that's like one thing I know I can always obtain, no matter where I'm at. So
Just something I always want to tell you.
yeah,
I couldn't tell you because you're such a piece of shit.
should it?
It's like, you ever wonder why I put up with all your crap?
Uh,
You know, goddamn well, like
what did
someone,
I do now?
you know, goddamn well, someone like me would never kick with someone like you.
Oh,
You know what the bad news bears, but you know what it
mm,
is, dog. We like my hero. You did everything I didn't have the balls to do.
shit.
I respect you for it, and I can't say that about a lot of men in my life.
Well, I appreciate it, bro.
And I'm happy you're still here.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm happy to be here, bro. And it's bittersweet hearing that because I feel like a dumbass for doing all that stuff. I put everything on the line so many times, and it's just I thought it was worth it, and it's just not in the end. And we learned that, both of us in our own situations, bro. And I feel like that's why we always talk good, bro. Because I've always heard you. Everyone would always be like, we have other friends that you would call back
Yeah,
then, and they'll be like, "What's up with Kevin, bro? He's just calling me," and I'm like, "Well, fucking put two and two together, bro. Like the guy's married, bro. He's like our age. Like, I'm over here like not even dealing with what this girl gotta say, like kicking her to the curb, like you actually were trying, bro. And it
that's
takes
right.
fucking balls too. You were doing everything that I wanted to do, but I didn't do because I couldn't find the right people. And even if it didn't turn out good,
I
but
tried.
you still fucking went for it, dog. So you gotta give yourself your props on that one too.
Yeah,
This life stuff, this being a man stuff is not easy, bro. Like we have to be we have to be, tough and not talk about things.
yeah.
But I feel like that's just this leads to the destructive lifestyles that we've led.
I'm just now like accepting the fact at this age that everything is ending, everything's going away, and then once you're gone, you're my last friend.
Everything's beginning, my friend. This has just started. Look at where you're at.
Don't
Look
be
at
a douche.
no, look at what you're doing, bro. Real shit. Like
Yeah,
right now, you are on a way to.
you're also doing that thing. Whenever I get all emotional and serious, we try to like awkwardly smile
Oh no, no, it's not awkward. It's
because
just.
you're not used to this kind of
I
shit.
mean, I'm not, bro. I'm not. I don't like getting praised. He my boy, look, he
Nah,
know that. But
anyways, on that note, before I start making a fool of myself on the internet,
nah, just forget about the